Wyatt Wilson jumping in for the 184-pound class. Indiana did come in not really knowing who they were going to wrestle here. There was talk of Norman Conley taking the start, but it will be Wyatt Wilson facing off against Jaron Smith.
And Wilson, someone who normally wrestles at 174. We'll see what he's got here in the 184 weight class.
And I think this is where Wilson really starts to prove who he is as a wrestler. He's only 5-8 on the year, hasn't really gotten a ton of starting time, but the injury of Matt Irick in the previous matchup, he hit his ankle a little bit too hard against his opponent. So he is sitting on the bench at the moment, and Wilson will take his place. Wilson is the redshirt sophomore from Cincinnati, Ohio, and Jaron Smith, the freshman from Columbia, Maryland. A very quick start to this matchup. Still no score until that takedown, so it is awarded to Jaron Smith. So Wilson will start on bottom. Wilson looked like he had a takedown there at the very beginning, a quick start for him, but couldn't quite hold on for that takedown. So Smith now in the lead here early on. Still have all kinds of time for lead changes, however. Still have 2 minutes left in this first period and then 4 minutes in the second and third period. So have all kinds of time for any kind of changes for either wrestler. Wilson came into this season for his redshirt sophomore year, won his very first competition of the year, and that was over Findley's Nick Skenletsky. So Wilson still in the lower section of the mat. Smith on top, working his legs in.
Smith controlling right now, a talented wrestler, a two-time state champion, and a four-time placer with third and fifth place finishes as a high schooler, and he's showing some of that talent right now. So if you're a Maryland fan, you gotta like what you see.
Wilson a little bit outmatched. He did weigh in for the 174-pound weight class, so he does not have the size advantage here over Smith. But I think he does have the collegiate experience that Smith does not, and I think that will come in handy for him here in the first period. Smith continuing to break down. His leg is still in there, trying to keep control of Wilson's lower half. Indiana leading the competition against Maryland now 26-7. If you're just joining us, welcome. I am Aaron Johnson. Alongside me is Ben Portnoy. And we are having all kinds of fun here in the University Gym, bringing you some fantastic Big Ten wrestling.
That we are, and we've had a lot of close matchups all day, and it's been a fun night. And as we're getting down to it, another tight one here.
And this is the final bout of the evening, so a Maryland victory is out of reach at this point. However, this match is going to be a big one for Wilson and Smith as well. Smith looking to extend his victory, looking for his 9th win of the season, looking to become a little better than 500 on the year. So a 2-0 lead for Smith at the moment. He will choose down for the second period.
It's always nice for a wrestler's confidence if you're Smith to get over that 500 mark. It's sort of a mental obstacle, and definitely can bring some confidence with you.
And as a freshman, obviously there's all kinds of pressure moving into the college environment. A lot more tough wrestlers, especially here in the Big Ten. So Smith is going to be working to adjust to the college style of wrestling, a little bit more competitive down the road. I don't think that he'll be an NCAA qualifier this season, but he'll be working towards that. But obviously in high school, a two-time state champion can't really compare to college very much, because there are so many state champions in this league especially.
Definitely, and like you said, you go from being the best guy in your state to wrestling the best guy in every other state out day in and day out. So it's definitely a challenge, and building on that size that some of these guys have in college and have gained through a year of weight training and things like that in a college environment makes a big difference, not only in wrestling but in any college sport, and it definitely goes to show in wrestling, that's for sure.
So Smith up 4-0 now. Had a chicken wing, can't quite hold on to it, so still having control of the wrist. Wilson continues to swim out. Smith still wrestling with his legs partway in. But we have a stalemate, so we'll reset back in the middle. So Wilson looking to overcome a 4-point deficit here in the second period, just under 30 seconds to go. So 15 seconds to go. They will reset in the middle.
And here we see Wilson on bottom. See what he can get, if he can get a quick escape here. Maybe fight back into this match right before the end of the second.
Hey, Sam, they're going to bring Nate on after the duel, so is that too late, or do you want to run?
Here we go, Wilson trying to fight out.
Yes. So as the second period comes to a close, Smith still in control with a 4-0 lead. And another third period match here. All kinds of excitement in this final bout of the evening. They will start in neutral as Wilson chose that one. So Wilson with a shot, has control of the leg, pushing forward.
It looks like a 2-point takedown for Wilson there. Gets him back in the match.
So a reversal from Smith, and now he's on the shoulder of Wilson. Wilson looking to do his best to push and build up his base once again, but he's on his shoulders, and this might be for good. Smith pushing and pulling his leg tighter and tighter, looking for that pin. The near fall points will be awarded if Wilson can get out of this. Wilson pushing, can't quite get out yet.
And he's fighting here, he's wriggling around. And there's the pin.
And the pin is awarded to Jaron Smith, but Indiana will take the 26-13 victory over the Maryland Terrapins. So